Welcome back to Grade 7 Math. This is lesson number 11.2, Explore Integer Addition. Over the next few days, we are going to learn how to add and subtract integers. There are two methods we can use to add integers. After you learn these methods, you can then choose the method which you find easier to use. And then you can use that method throughout the rest of our integer unit. The first way to add integers is by using integer chips. Integer chips look just like bingo chips. So when you're in class tomorrow, I will give you some integer chips to use as we review a couple of the activities from this video. And you can also use the chips when working on the in-class assignment. Now what you'll notice is that you'll have some red chips and some green chips, and here's why. You need red chips to represent your positive integers, so that means that one red chip represents positive 1, and then your green chips are going to be used for your negative integers, and one green chip represents negative 1. One red chip and one green chip cancel each other out. This is known as the zero principle, and it makes common sense when you look at the diagram. You've got positive 1 and negative 1. If you add them together, they just cancel out to give you 0. So knowing this, we can use integer chips to represent and solve integer sums. In other words, we can use integer chips to help us write addition statements like this one, and then we can find the final answer. Let's do a couple of activities here on this video using integer chips. And what you can do at home is you can read the addition statement, pause the video, and use a couple of crayons or coloring pencils to draw the correct number of red chips and green chips, and then compare your answer to the answer which I give here on this video. So the first one is positive 6 plus negative 6. So try this out. If you have chips at home, that's great. If you don't, use some paper and two different coloring pencils. So pause the video and then unpause it after you've worked out a solution. Okay, so let's see how you did. So first we have to lay down 6 red chips for positive 6. And we need to lay down 6 green chips for negative 6. Looking at this, this is like the zero principle, right? Because you've got 6 red and 6 green. So they're going to cancel each other out, meaning that positive 6 plus negative 6 equals 0. Here's another one, positive 4 plus negative 2. So pause the video and try this at home. Okay, let's see how you did. So we need to lay down 4 red chips for positive 4. We need to lay down 2 green chips for negative 2. What we can do is we can say, all right, well, the 2 green chips cancel out the 2 red chips, and we've got 2 red chips left over. And red chips are positive. That means that if we've got 2 red chips left over, our answer is positive 2. Okay, here's one for you to try at home. I'm not going to unveil the answer here. So try it on your own at home, and then We will take it up in tomorrow's class. Okay, now you may be wondering, all right, where are we going with this lesson? Where can we use this in real life? Well, there are a number of real life situations in which you do need to make use of integers. And of course, we also have to contend with word problems here in grade 7. But we can use integer chips to help us with word problems, such as the following. Okay, John earns $8 and then loses $2. So earns, that sounds like plus, positive. Loses, that sounds like negative. So putting that together, we've got positive 8 plus negative 2. Now, just try this on your own. Again, you can draw this on paper. Well, you draw the correct number of positive chips and the correct number of negative chips. So pause the video and then come back once you're ready. All right. So looking at our addition statement, we need to lay down 8 red chips and we need to lay down 2 green chips. So the 2 greens cancel out the 2 reds, which leaves us with a total of 6 red chips. Again, the red are positive, so that means that positive 8 plus negative 2 equals positive 6. Or, in plain English, John has $6. Okay, I'm not going to reveal this one for you. This one is for you to try it at home. And we will take it up in tomorrow's class. I'll just read it to you quickly. Edda owes her sister $6 and she owes her mother $5. So here's the one hint I'll give you. Owes means you have to give away something or you have to give something back. So consider whether the word owes means that you're working with positive or negative integers. So pause the video, try it out at home. Okay, so just in closing, after we review a couple of the activities on previous slides, you're going to get a nice chunk of time in class to work on a set of problems from your textbook. Wow, I love that classic shot of Mark Messier from the days when he was a spokesman for Lay's potato chips. But you're not going to get any potato chips in tomorrow's class. You're going to be working completely with integer chips. And because I'm rambling, I think I need to stop this video and say this is the end.